We're talking Wyoming area field hockey here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, a very successful season this year. Let's talk about the accomplishments of the young ladies and your team.
So our final record was 18-3-2, which is hugely significant. They've never had a record like that in school history. Their next biggest accomplishment was finishing second in the conference and then beating Lehman in the district semifinal to advance to a district championship, which they had never accomplished, and then losing in the district final, which was a very close game and well played. And then we went on to the state tournament where we won the first one 5-1 versus Mifflinburg, and then we lost in overtime in the state quarterfinal to a team that was the state runner-up this fall.
So obviously a lot to feel good about. Let's talk about building on that for next season. How many of these players will return?
So I'm returning everyone except for 2 seniors, which is a wonderfully fantastic thing, and we're bringing up probably about 6 or 7 freshmen, which is also another very exciting thing. Looking to build the numbers within the program.
Busy time of the year now. We get towards the Thanksgiving holiday, and used to be players went to certain places, and Arizona or Florida or Virginia. Talk about what the trend is now. Still players traveling away to go to a big tournament on the holiday?
I think they are, but I also think there's so many tournaments available to players now that they don't necessarily have to be going to the Thanksgiving ones, but several still do go to, Florida or California or down to the Virginia area, but there are, like I said, so many that now they can kind of pick and choose more or less where they want to go.
Let's talk about the feeling of everybody involved in the program at Wyoming area, from your administration to the athletic director to your parents and the student athletes, your coaching staff. I'm sure there's a lot of excitement and again, a lot of brightness for the future as well.
Brightness is truly, and something that we as a coaching staff are very excited for. My coaching staff put in countless hours and dedication in the summer and in the fall, and it paid off. Our kids were in fantastic shape. We're very, very successful, and I think that showed. I have an extremely supportive administration. My athletic director is truly phenomenal. I'd like to really thank Joe Pisano for that. And then just the kids as a whole, they're the ones that, like, in the fall, their life is field hockey and, school as well. They're their priorities, and they made it a priority, which is partially why we were so successful, and, I give them a lot of credit.
Obviously, field hockey here in northeastern Pennsylvania is still pretty darn strong. All the programs that have been strong continue to be strong, but programs like Wyoming area and some other programs, Holy Redeemer, continuing to build and go after some of the big dogs, so to speak. But a lot to be proud of, because these girls are going on to that next level and playing at high levels. It's something that we take a lot of pride in here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Oh, very much so. We have a lot of very, very strong programs, and we're a team that doesn't have any kids committed yet. I foresee that several of our players will be committed in the next few months, which is very exciting for the program. But when you're a newer program and people don't really know about you, and then all of a sudden you're beating everyone and you're taking every game in stride, and now every game's worried about Wyoming area and every team's concerned about, are they going to be able to keep up with you? I think that's huge to be said. And again, they've only had our coaching staff for 2 years. We just completed our second season, so the future is bright, and we're going to continue to build on that and all we've accomplished so far.
Congratulations on a great year, and I hope you have a great holiday, and look forward to talking to the girls here.
All right, thanks so much.
Cory Melberger is with us from Wyoming area talking about the field hockey program. And Cory, we got a chance to talk with you in the middle of the season to see how your team was doing a lot of great things. And of course, it ended up really, really pretty special. Talk about the work ethic of everybody on this team this season.
Yeah, we started out in the summer, and we were pushing really hard all through preseason, going into the season, and we played some tough games, and we all worked really well together, so I think that helped.
A lot of players are coming back for next year. You're going to lose a couple. But talk about a couple of the seniors that really made a good impact on this year's team.
We had 2 seniors that started. We had Abby Gober. She was our left back, and she was great on the defensive line. And then we had Bailey Grossi. She was our left mid, so I worked with her in the center, and they're really great players.
Let's talk about the buy-in of being able to work so hard all the time. As much time as you can put into field hockey you can. I know you play softball as well, but talk a little bit about all that extra time you put into field hockey.
Yeah, the extra time, it really pays off, like going to tournaments or playing travel and just working the off season. I think it really makes a difference.
How about the attitude overall of the girls? Talk about what this group is like. Is it a kind of a fun group off the field, but get down to work when you do it? Every team has a little different mix, I'm sure, between your softball team and field hockey team. Probably a little difference there as well. But tell us about what this team was about.
Everyone on the team, they have great personalities. They're all really funny. Like our practices, at times it is funny, but we get the job done. So I think it helps having those personalities.
You're doing a heck of a job in the classroom still with that 4.0. Talk about being so dedicated and just trying to continue to strive for the best.
Yeah, I think obviously working hard on the field hockey field, but in the classroom, that's very important too. I'm just trying to do my best and pushing myself.
All right, Cory, well, great to hear your story once again, and continued success in the off-season, and good luck in the spring and softball.
Thank you.
Ellie Glatz is with us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking about Wyoming area field hockey. And Ellie, tough job for you in goal. Talk a little bit about what that was like for you.
Well, this year it wasn't too bad just because I had a great defense in front of me, and it just made my job a lot easier and a lot less stressful. Between Meghan Beppler, Morgan Beppler, Abby Gober, and McKenzie Schweitzer, I couldn't have asked for a better defensive team.
Talk about things that you work at constantly, quick reflexes, and just trying to, I mean, you got a ball coming at you pretty darn fast a lot of times.
Yes, work a lot on like shuffling and hand-eye coordination and just trying to put it all together and moving as fast as I can.
It doesn't hurt when you have a coach that played in goal as well, so talk a little bit about getting that direct coaching from her.
It helps a lot because she gives me pointers that I probably never would have got from another coach. So.
Your offense this year was able to do you some favors as well by scoring some goals, so talk a little bit about, you know, in football sometimes they'll say the defense and the offense, they don't talk to each other a lot, or different sports, but in field hockey, I'm sure you're all on the same page because it all works together. So talk about what it was like to see some of those girls score, and who were those girls?
Yeah, our team is really close, and the offense, they really don't care who scores. We're happy with whoever scores because we just want the final outcome as a win. But Kayla Kiwak, Lauren Parenti, Tony Minichello, Cory Melber, all of them they put forth a lot of effort and truly added to our team.
You're doing a great job in the classroom, like 9th in your class, a 4.0 in the junior class. Talk about your dedication in your studies. Obviously that's number one for you.
Yeah, academics are always number one for me, and I study a lot, and it comes before field hockey, but field hockey is just kind of a break for me from the classroom.
How about traveling around with field hockey? How often do you do that?
Well, I'm doing it this winter. Last winter was the first year I've ever done it, and I am with Coach Aaron on PA Elite, and it truly has helped me with my skills overall.
Well, great to hear your story. Continued success. Hope you have a good off season.
Thank you.
Get ready for next year.
Thank you.
Kayla Kiwak joining us here on the John Mendola Show from Wyoming area, talking about the field hockey program. Season's over, but it was a tremendous season for you and the ladies at Wyoming area. Talk about how you're feeling now. Hey, the season's over a little more than a week. What did it feel like for you?
I feel really disappointed. I definitely think that we should have went further in the state tournament. So, disappointing.
But it means you're going to be hungry for next year. Mm-hmm. Going to lose 2 seniors. So talk about that fire already to say, hey, we could do this. We're close.
Yeah, no, we're definitely very close. We're gaining like a lot of people like for freshmen, like the upcoming freshman class. So it'll be great. Like you said, we're not losing a lot of people, so it's a big advantage.
Let's talk about what you felt your strengths were personally this year playing, and then those little things that you think you need to work on to get a little better.
This year, like, we had a lot of passion for each other. Like, we worked well together, but our passing was off certain games, and we didn't exactly like connect when we really needed to. So we definitely should work on that.
You do some travel, field hockey as well. What's that experience been like for you?
It's been great. Traveling around basically the country is really nice to see everything, and I love playing with other girls from other schools.
Doing a heck of a job in the classroom with a perfect 4.0. Talk about your dedication as a student.
I study a pretty lot, like probably more. I probably should study more than I do, but I try.
Can't get better than a 4.0. Well, maybe at some schools you could with the weighted grade point averages. I see you're a track and field athlete as well. What events will you look forward to doing in the spring?
I look forward to running the 4x1 and running the 100. I don't like the 200, so.
All right, Kayla. Well, we wish you the best of luck this coming next season. And, of course, congratulations on a very successful 2018.
Thank you.
Meghan Beppler joins us here at Wyoming Area Field Hockey. Freshman, so not easy to hit the field as a freshman. What was your experience like to play varsity athletics?
It was interesting. You know, you learn new things and you learn the real game of field hockey in a faster pace than junior high.
Everybody taking you in, sophomores, juniors, seniors, obviously a little bit of leadership to kind of say, hey, you know, keep doing it, you're going to do great things. What did you feel like this year of being part of the team?
It was like being with your family. You know, everyone got along with each other and everyone really nicely and really positive about each other.
Let's talk about being over on the defensive end and what that experience was like and some of the players that were around you this year.
Well, I had my sister Morgan on the left and Abby Gober on the right and then Ellie behind me. And it was really nice because we all trusted each other and we all had each other's backs. And if one messed up, then we kept going positively and we encouraged them to do their game of field hockey.
You do some travel field hockey, so
yeah, I do.
What's that experience like to play? And you know you're going to get a lot of experience. You're going to play against some really good competition too.
It's nice in a way that you learn new things about field hockey and you travel and meet new people and see new things.
As far as some of the fun that you're having with your classmates, you know, you may go to Doherty Park or do some of that stuff, but ultimately it's the hard work that you have to put in. You feel like you're all in with field hockey? Like you know? Tell us a little bit about your family. You have 2 siblings?
I do.
So tell us about each of them.
Madison is 19 and she is attending the University of Pittsburgh. And Morgan is a junior and she's 16 and she doesn't know where she's going yet, but that'll be good.
And down the road, you like to go to college, maybe physical therapy track?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody in the family in that track at all?
No.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck going forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
McKenzie Schweitzer with us from Wyoming area. McKenzie, a freshman this year and to play varsity field hockey. Talk about what that experience was like for you.
It was amazing to work with everyone on our team. It's just amazing. They're all great people and great to work with.
You're a soccer player for a long time. You played lacrosse for a long time. At some point you switched over to field hockey. Talk about the adjustment from soccer to field hockey.
It's quite different. Field hockey, you can't use your feet at all. In soccer, you do. So it was an adjustment, but I made it.
Let's talk about some of the older classmen taking you in and kind of treating you a certain way, and obviously they must have treated you pretty good because you had a great year and everybody on this team seemed pretty welcoming.
Yeah, everyone on the team is welcoming. They're amazing to work with and just nice people.
How about over on the defensive end? Talk about that defense and your goalie, what you were like back there. Pretty darn solid and played Wyoming Seminary awfully tough this year along with many other teams.
Yeah, our defensive line, Abby Gober, Morgan Beppler, and Meghan Beppler, and our goalie, Ellie, we were just strong back there and we knew how to work together.
Let's talk about the travel field hockey, how intense that is for you and how much you're doing with it.
It's a much faster pace than outdoor, and I do it pretty, like, the whole winter season at least.
As far as your brother, what's he up to? A little bit older? Is he involved in sports as well?
Yeah, he plays ice hockey and lacrosse, both travel and school.
Let's talk about your folks because I'm sure they're taking everybody all over the place, and especially with ice hockey and lacrosse, there's a lot of travel in both of those sports. So talk about the support you get from them.
Yeah, my mom and dad support us in everything we do, whether it's sports or school. They're always there to take us or help us with anything we need.
You're a busy girl. I know you didn't put all this other stuff you did down, but well-rounded. You do a lot of other things. I know you've done karate, you've done some musical stuff. So talk a little bit about kind of being able to do a lot of different things, and you do them all pretty darn well.
Yeah, it's a lot. Multitasking, keeping up our grades, and every extracurricular that I do, it's a lot.
Well, you have a very bright future ahead of you. Keep up the great work. Good to catch up with you.
Thank you.
Tony Minicello joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking to Wyoming Area Field Hockey. And Tony, talk a little bit about your experience this year, what it was like.
It was a great experience. I had a blast with the girls on the team. They were phenomenal teammates to me, great coaching staff, big creds to them. They really pushed us hard enough to get to where we are right now.
And we really pushed our hardest this season with where we're at right now. No one expected this out of us, but we proved everyone wrong. We were the underdogs. We came up on top, and I just thought that was a great experience for us.
Well, your brother kind of laid a pretty darn good foundation of reaching new heights. Talk a little bit about what it was like to kind of follow after him and say, you know, I'm sure he gave you some advice along the way.
Definitely. My brother's a well-known person. He got injured, came out on top with javelin. He just encouraged me to always do my best, listen to what coach says, say yes coach, I'll do better coach. Always agree with your coach, always take what they're saying and improve what you've done wrong, and keep working harder, train, do great in school, and you'll get to where you want to be.
Track and field
Track
is
and
a
field,
sport that
yeah.
you do as well,
Yes, I do.
similar to your brother. You throw the javelin as well?
I do. I actually have the junior high record right now.
Congratulations. I'm sure you're going to get some top training, much like he
Oh
did.
yeah, definitely.
And do some great things. Let's talk a little bit about the future for you and how much you love field hockey versus how much you love track and field.
Yeah, definitely. I think that field hockey, if I keep pushing my hardest and train as much as I can, to a limit obviously, I think I can go to where I want to go to college if I'll be able to, if I'm lucky. And track and field, I love javelin. It's just a great sport to like be active in. I think it's just a fun sport also, and when you do good and you achieve medals and you get all these accomplishments that I'm achieving right now, I think that's just a great opportunity, and hopefully I could be a multi-sport person in college. That's my main goal.
Classroom stuff come easy to you? I know you like math.
Yeah, I like math a lot, algebra mostly. I'm actually a student that needs to study a lot. Nothing really comes that quick to me. I'm really good with algebra pretty much, but yeah, school's a struggle, but I always work my hardest, and that puts me on top.
Let's talk about the role models that you've had in your life and pushing you along.
Yeah, my mom is still with me. She always pushes me. She puts me where I'm supposed to be and guides me to where I should be going. My dad passed away 2 years ago. When I was in 7th grade, he passed. That was just a really dramatic experience, obviously, but him and his passing really taught me to always treat people the way I want to be treated, do what the better person would do, and always push my hardest, do my best, and make what I want become out of myself. And my brother, he's always there for me. He's my best friend. He always helps me out with schoolwork, sports. He's always there for me. It's encouraging. We have fun doing it, and he's very helpful.
Tony, we appreciate you sharing your personal story, and we're rooting for you here in the future, all right?
Thank you.